Listen, you don't actually want to stop caring. You just don't like what caring costs you. Because let's be real, if you truly didn't care, this wouldn't even be a problem for you. You wouldn't be thinking about it. You wouldn't be feeling it. You wouldn't be trying to figure out how to freaking turn it off and just stop caring. Because you do. And that's what's frustrating. Because you're tired. You're tired of caring. You're tired of caring what people think, caring how things are going to turn out, caring about situations you wish you could just walk away from. And you tell yourself, I need to stop caring so much. But every time you try, you just can't. And I used to envy people like that. Because people who seem like nothing bothered them, like how? How can you just not give a crap? They say what they want. They move how they want. They don't overthink everything, or at least on the outside looking in, it doesn't appear as if they do. But the more I paid attention, I started to realize something. It's not that they don't care. It's that they're not attached. And that's a completely different thing from caring. Because caring comes from you. But attachment comes from what you expect back. And that's where it gets messy and frustrating, because now it's not just, I care about this. It's, I care and I need it to go a certain way. I care and I need them to respond a certain way. I care and I need to feel a certain outcome. And when it doesn't happen like that, how you needed it to, you spiral out. You begin to overthink. You replay conversations. You question yourself. And now you're freaking drained. Not because you care, but because you were attached. I don't really see people talking about this that often. And it's something that, I would grit my teeth at. They say, stop caring, like it's a switch. Like you can just wake up one day and decide, yeah, I don't care about that anymore. That's not real. Because if you didn't care, you wouldn't be you. And I think I'm starting to have to accept that about myself as I'm saying this. Like, I'm someone who cares. I think deeply. I feel deeply. I notice things. And for a long time, I thought I was weak. I thought this was my weakness because it made me feel everything heavier. Why do I gotta feel so much? It made situations harder to let go of. It made me feel like I was always doing too much internally. But the truth is, the problem was never that I cared. The problem was I was giving my energy to things that didn't deserve that level of care to begin with. And I wasn't protecting it. I was just handing it out. You get a care, you get a care, you get a care. Everybody gets a care. But I was doing this to people who didn't reciprocate, to situations that didn't matter long term, to outcomes I didn't have any control of. And then wondering why I felt drained. And that's where I had to check myself. Because it's easy to say, I care too much. But the real question is, why are you caring so much about that? Why does that person have that much access to your energy? Why does that situation get to sit in your mind all day long? Why are you giving something temporary permanent space in your head and in your heart? And that's the part that's damn right uncomfortable for me. Pardon my French. Because now it's not about them. It's about you. It's always been about you. It's about what you're allowing. And that's where that shift happens. Not in trying to become someone who doesn't care, but in becoming someone who's more selective about what they care about. Because you're not supposed to be numb. You're supposed to be aware of where your energy is going, aware of what actually deserves your attention and your time, aware of what's worth your peace and what's not. And once I start moving like that, I know I don't have to force myself not to care. It just happens naturally. Because now I'm not over investing in everything. I'm not choosing. That begins to change everything. And I hope you're able to change things for yourself as well. Because if you made it this far, you've been listening this whole time. Be honest with yourself. What are you caring about right now that doesn't actually deserve that much of you? And what would it look like to pull your energy back from it? Not because you're cold, but because you finally respect your peace. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for being here. I'll sit with you in the next one. Peace.